last time I did. I mean, I do it every day, but it's been a while since I streamed. Now I'm getting all these wacky updates from Twitch. I don't know what the fuck is this? Squad stream. What the hell is a squad stream? Squad stream. All right. Well, I don't want that. I don't want that. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I recreating? Well, some people just need to burn, you know? Here, I'm gonna grab a drink. You can just watch that for a second. Little Burning Man. I'll put on something here. I don't know what. I don't know what. 1 second. 1 moment. You first found me on Slightly Artistic, then later via Sleepycast. Wow. Welcome to hell, my friend. I'm gonna be animating I'm gonna be animating this burning fella for an hour or two, if that's alright with you guys. Better be alright, because that's what I'm doing. Been in hell all along. Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. So, sorry, I'm getting used. Twitch added all this nonsense, and I'm just getting used to. I don't even know it. I don't even know it's up or down anymore at this stuff. I don't even know how many people are watching. It doesn't tell me anymore. Ah, well, whatever. You want to figure out what your guts look like? That's a great comment. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, sorry for that. I feel like I should apologize for that Oni play stream. I don't think I really, I don't think I did my due diligence. You got 29 viewers. Alright, that's good enough. Good enough. The Sonic, maybe, I was talking about the Sonic one, but, we may do more, but I'm going to impose I'm imposing a strict rule of playing games I actually like from now on. None of this. No more Sonic. No more Sonic. We're done. Done with Sonic. At least I am. Did I ever beat Sekiro? No. I got to a certain point, and then I went on vacation for like 2 weeks, and I came back, and now I just don't really care anymore. I actually started playing Bloodborne again. I didn't really... Just wasn't really... I don't know. Sekiro, it's like, I can't really figure out what it is. I mean, besides it being a little difficult, it just doesn't really stick with me like the other games, but oh well. I got to the owl. I got to the... Is that his name? The owl, the old man? The old man on the roof? He just keeps calling you boy and son, and he's all disappointed in you, and every time you die, he's disappointed in you all over again. Yeah, that guy. I cannot say when it's coming out, but it'll come out eventually, you know? Sorry it's taking so long. That's just how it is. I'm gonna finish this death animation. I probably don't even need all this shit in the background anymore. This stuff. Yeah, I probably don't even need that. I'll just delete all that shit. Alright. 10? More like somewhere between 3 and 5, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, I added that today. He's got a little rattle. I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make it. I have so many animations. I can't make like every single animation like frame by frame. So I have to take little shortcuts here and there. Like the skeleton here is like the same pieces. Yeah, he rattles around. But like the skull is the same skull. So if I put like an X in the symbol, you can see like where the skull is used throughout the animation. So trying to reuse what I can. Oh man, Bill's back. Bill's back. It's like he never left. It's like we never left each other. How are you doing, Bill? Have you seen our friend Swain lately? I'm gonna go bother him this weekend. I'm inviting myself over to his house whether he likes it or not. Oh man. I gotta really, yeah, I gotta add a bunch of stuff here, but thanks, Bill. Oh, you're coming. You're coming. Great. Well, if I see you or you see me, come on up. We'll have a hearty handshake. I mean, yeah, well, when you say being smart with animation, I mean, with certain types of animation, if you're doing frame by frame stuff, there's not much you can do to save time. It's just is what it is. But with Flash and, Toon Boom, stuff like that, there's like all sorts of little things you can do. It's just the trick is to not make it look obvious, right? Have I seen any good movies lately? I mean, I did see Avengers. I saw that. I saw that in Burbank. Everyone was asleep, and I was still awake. I was out visiting friends, so I was like literally nothing for me to fucking do. I didn't have my computer. I was stuck in an Airbnb, so I went over to the local movie theater at 1:30 in the morning and the theater was empty. It was like opening day or the day after. Every showing was packed, but apparently nobody wanted to see it at 1:30 in the fucking morning except for me. So I had the theater almost all to myself. So that was cool. Well, like I said, there was not a whole lot going on. I couldn't sleep. I'm kind of a light sleeper already, and I'm in this Airbnb, and the bed. I'm not used to the bed. The bed kind of sucked, so I couldn't really fucking sleep. And so I'm like, all right, sure, why not? Let's go out on the town. We recorded a Sleepy Cabin episode with 5 of us, everyone except for Stamper, for I guess obvious reasons. But Chris, Zach, me, Mick, and wait, who the fuck am I missing? Me, Mick, Chris, Zach. Who the fuck am I missing? I think there's someone else. Was there someone else there? Maybe not. No, Niall wasn't there. Maybe it was just the 4 of us. Corey. Yeah, Corey was there. Corey, sorry. Yeah, Corey was around. That's right. Corey was there too. Sorry, my brain isn't working tonight. I don't know how I forgot either. I'm really tired. I'm really tired, man. Just lay off, all right? Just lay off. Listen. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break, all right? Corey was fucking hilarious all weekend. He streamed. I don't know. He was pretty much made for streaming with Chris. He's really funny with it. Jesus, Jeff, you get a case of the Still waiting for the Driving in the Snowstorm podcast. Well, it's kind of dated, to be honest. We're talking about movies that came out like 2 years ago. It's funny, but I think we just need to let it go at this point. Just need to let that shit go at this point, buddy. So, it was an interesting experiment. It was fun to do, but Jeff, have you ever seen Prisoners where the guy puts some other guy in a box and boils him with a... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You come into this chat and you post that? Can I just, in my defense, it being incredibly terrible at Sonic Adventure 2, the camera is reversed. Holy shit. Look at, man, this guy is like a little angel. You're a kind man, Bill. Kind man. Or maybe he's not kind. Maybe he's racked with guilt for all the terrible things he's done in his life, and he's making up for it with Twitch subs. No way to tell, really. Jesus, Bill. Yeah, exactly. All these people are gonna have access to these incredibly awful emoticons, and then they're gonna lose them, and they're like, oh man. I wonder how many subs I have left. I probably lost a bunch. I gotta change my sound effects too. That's all. I'm tired of the ultimate flavor experience. That's crazy. They all showed up at once like that.
The ultimate flavor experience.
Well, I hope you enjoy this weekend. This weekend, Bill.
The ultimate flavor experience.
Should be fun. Jesus, man. Bill, who do you watch on Twitch? Who else do you watch? Is there anyone on Twitch that's like worth watching? Any other artists or animators, or you know? You tell me. Or if any of you guys know of anyone. Who have you been annoying for the past 6 months when I haven't when I've been off the radar? All right. I haven't watched any good fighting game streams in a while. I know there's been a bunch, but I just haven't really seen any. Just me, LOL. Yeah, that's the right answer. What would, if I were to stream more games with Chris, what would be a good game to stream? Serious question. Let's not have something like autistic that's just gonna make me mad. What would be like a decent, would be a game we could all enjoy? I've seen Salty Bet. I that was fun for a week and then I got tired of it. Wow, Darkest Dungeon. That game makes me sad. That game, it's like a good game, but it really just, it's like depression in game form. I don't know how people just, it's just depressing. Even when nothing's wrong's happening, you just feel impending sadness. Bloodborne. I would like to play Street Fighter with Chris just once. It's too bad like none of these guys know how to play it, but yeah, I mean, I think I played for 3 hours and I didn't even have any of my guys die yet, but even just the thought of them dying, I'm just like, man, I can't even bear this anymore. Oh man, Mac, don't bring up Maximilian, dude. Please don't. I don't know. It's nice that he's doing good for the fighting game community, but I don't know. I have a hard time. I have a hard time enjoying that guy. I know. It's tough out there, but man, his clickbait titles of his videos really grinds my teeth sometimes. Hollow Knight? I never finished Hollow Knight either. I was going to, but what the hell happened here? That's weird. Oh yeah, Katana Zero, yeah. That game came out when I was out there in LA. I forgot about it. I was not there when they did the Best Friends. They did that one out at like. They didn't record that one in the Sleepy Cabin offices. They recorded that at like MagFest or something, and I wasn't there. I don't know. We got Harry Partridge coming into town tomorrow. What did I think of that hellhole? Well, LA's a funny place. I've never really been to Burbank before. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like the East Coast better, I suppose. There's a lot of smog. That's kind of weird. It's, you know, people bust on Philly, but man, there's really no smog here. We got clear skies. But out there, it's like can't even see the mountains in the morning. It's so much smog. That and like, there's a huge Armenian population, which is really strange. And we talked about this on the hold up a second. What am I doing here? We talked about this on the podcast, I think, a little bit, but it was a very strange few days because I had no idea there were so many Armenians in Burbank. I don't know when that happened, but also, oh, you hate living here? I mean, yeah, I was kind of, my Airbnb was somewhere between, it was like right on the line, sort of between Burbank and Glendale, I think. Yeah, the Armenian, well, no, here's the thing. Wait. Let's just back up a second. The day I arrived, like the day after, was the anniversary of the apparently the Armenian genocide or something, and which was causing the Armenians in the area to sort of go a little crazy. They were almost acting like it was a celebration when there's like nothing to celebrate. They were blocking traffic. They would stop in intersections and then just drive around each other in circles. Like, it was crazy. It was some weird shit going on that day. I didn't know anything about it, but I was like, this is nuts. I don't know what the hell. It's like, and then like then I had an Uber driver that was an older Armenian, and we he was giving me the whole rundown of the whole history of it. Like, he was like almost proud to. He was telling me the whole thing, and then he's like, I'm telling him about the Armenians stopping traffic, and he's like, these goddamn kids. I'm like, yeah, you got that right. So he didn't seem cool with it. He didn't seem cool with all the shenanigans going on, which, I appreciated, because I didn't know what the hell was happening. It seemed like I wasn't sure if they were all cool with this or what, but I wasn't happy about it. So there was that. How do you pronounce your last name, Bill? I'm going to say it stupidly. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Anyway, going to Vegas in a couple of days. Just don't spend all your money in strip clubs. Try to resist. I would say have your fun with your money, but try not to go fucking overboard. Eat some nice restaurants, but don't Don't go blowing it all in one day or 1 hour or something. Don't be stupid, all right? I told a strip club story on the podcast actually, which is fucking nuts, by the way. Yeah, so I won't get into that. I won't. I'll let you listen to the podcast for that one. How about that? But it was it was the worst 30 minutes. It was like the worst 30 to 40 minutes of my entire trip. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I went with a friend of ours, and it was holy shit. Holy shit. No, it was not a gay strip club, but it was a very seedy one. You felt like there was evil in the air, and I was like, this is not. I don't like this. I don't like this one goddamn bit. We were not there very long, but strip clubs really suck, to be honest. You probably don't want to go to one. It's a very weird environment, to be honest with you. It's the women there are they will talk to you and be your best friend, but you can't let yourself forget they don't give a shit about you. The second they feel like they're wasting their time with and they're not going to get some money out of you, they will about face and walk away in record time. So, you know, you can keep up the little charade and talk to them, but it's like a joke. It's a big joke. You always wonder why people were there so early. Man, I don't know. I've never known anyone go to a strip club before like 10 p.m. or something. Why pay money to not have sex? Well, I've never paid money. I would never pay money for that in the first place. But it's they have lap dances and things like that. But we didn't really do that either. It was just it was very. You'll hear it. You'll hear the story. You'll be like, what the fuck? It was fucking ridiculous, though. Are you one of those people that think prostitution shouldn't be legal? Are you one of those people that think prostitution shouldn't be? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It could be legal. I don't really care either way, as long as like there's some way to make it affordable for people if they want it, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about it. It would probably stop quite a few school shooters. No joke. probably would save some lives. No joke. But anyways, we need you. We need my political stances. Well, let's not get into that tonight. Let's not get into that. I'm not. There's certain political affiliations I'm not a fan of, but let's just leave it at that. I don't need to have that discussion tonight. that is my stance. Just let's have a Thunderdome. I mean, that would probably solve a lot of problems. Even the threat of fighting in the Thunderdome would people be like, all right, let's have cooler heads prevail here. Let's have cooler heads prevail. We don't need to fight with chainsaws in a cage and have one survivor. You know, let's try to talk this out. So, you know, I think the Thunderdome would be a fair deterrent as well, right? It would, and on the very unlikely chance you couldn't come to any kind of agreement, then then you will fight on rubber bands in a giant cage, and kill somebody will have to die. So you'll arrive at a conclusion one way or another, right? I see no problem with this. I haven't really paid attention to Rage 2, but Bill. Oh, Bill. Bill. I'd buy a drink, Bill, but all the drinks at Pico Day are going to be free, so maybe. I think. I don't know, actually. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me need something real fast. 1 second. Anyway. Joe Rogan. Good old Joe Rogan. What is SVG animation? I have been watching Game of Thrones. I'm I'm largely fine with it. I don't know. People seem kind of mad. People seem kind of mad at it. I don't know. Granted, I think everyone will just be inevitably disappointed by it, but, it's okay so far, for the most part. This is CS3, which I have a reason for using, and not the newer ones. Yeah, I'm looking forward to John Wick 3. Yeah. Swain does cook. 1 second. I mean, it's a good program, but you know, once the game's wrapped up, I'm sure I'll upgrade to something else. I don't have a subscription to Adobe actually. Um, I don't have a Creative Cloud on my computer. I'm old school. I've been eyeing your Flash timeline. I'm curious what the front and back look like by themselves. What do you mean the front and back of the timeline? CS3, no, there's basically there's it goes up to CS6 and then there's Animate. And then Animate is like the newest version that's been continually being updated. Once they rebranded to Animate, they've just been pushing incremental like updates through the Creative Cloud. I don't know what you mean by the font, like. Uh, I probably will. Like, yeah, I probably will just go shoot my tablet. You're right. I really kind of want to upgrade everything. Honestly, I want to upgrade my computer. I want a newer tablet. But come to the CSP family. Dude, it's not an animation program though. It's not even close. Like it's like people. Oh, people like there's people that just are pushing stuff that they don't really understand. You know, I'm tired. I'm tired of explaining it. People are like, why don't you use animate with like clip art, or why don't you animate with that open source animation software? It's because it's shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve my needs. Like it's. And then there's vector art animation, and then there's raster art animation. There's all sorts of different things. Like, I just wish people would understand the differences before they get all passionate about it. Oh yeah, then there's the HTML5 people, who are the most ignorant ones of all. I mean, if you want to do simple like animated GIFs. I'm sure Clip Studio Pro is or whatever the hell it's called is great, but outside of like GIFs that are like like a few seconds long tops, it's not a viable animation program. It doesn't really deal with audio well, if at all. You know. HTML5 is not an animation program. Like, you could animate with HTML5. You could also build a house with one arm, too. You know, it's like not, it's just stupid. It's just like, it's stupid. It's like, you know, you're trying to make things easier for the artist. You know, it just saying, oh, when you animate HTML5, it's it's dumb. It's just dumb. Okay. God damn. Jeff, one of my teachers said that Photoshop is better than Flash to animate, and he hates Flash. Well, maybe that's why he's a teacher, not an animator. Not to be harsh on the guy, but you know. Certain people use Photoshop for animation, notably like that game, Indivisible or whatever, uses Photoshop, but again, they're only animating tiny little things with it. You can't animate a fucking cartoon with Photoshop. You can't animate with sound in Photoshop. You know, it's I mean, there's nothing wrong with animating certain things in Photoshop. There is a timeline feature in it, but you know, it depends on what you're animating. I like animating with vector art because it's infinitely scalable and it's easy to adjust. And that's just kind of that's just kind of what I'm used to. You know, it's what I grew up on. It's what I'm used to. So I've been working with vector art for many years and just like it that way. So, but Jeff, the fire front and the fire back, I don't know, like well, all right, so here I kind of flattened the layer in that one, but this one is you know, here, if I were to do outlines on everything, you can see how I have this layer that's like the back layer, and then I have the yellow layer, which is on top of that, and then I have the white layer, and then I have my little screaming man. Here's the little man by himself, which is like a little glitch actually there, not a glitch but a little error. And then I have like the overlay on top, which is really messy, but you know, it just sort of helps blend him into the fire bit. Flash is just a very, or animate or whatever you want to call it now, it's just it's a relatively simple program. You can do a lot with it. But again, if you want to just do animated sprites, but you know, we're doing pretty much everything we need to do in this, and here's my little run animation if you guys haven't seen it. Just a little man running on fire. Looping fire is annoying, by the way. So just where the fuck did that go? Oh, there we are. Yeah. So now I have to animate him dying. He's been burning for too long now. He must perish. Now I'm just sort of blending him into the fire. I'm trying to make him sort of gradually appear from like his skin's burning off. Why is it called Pico Day? Tom just called it that a long time ago. I don't know why. I guess he just needed a name for it. Pico is one of his characters from one of his older games. And he's just kind of fond of that character, so I guess he just called it Pico Day. Is Tom still a cool dude? Well, he's employing me, so obviously he is. Obviously. Tom's a great man. He's a great man. I'm lucky to know him. Maybe we can get him on Oni Plays. Maybe it'd be fun to get him and Chris to play Castle Crashers or something. Tom has a lot of funny anecdotes about things. Hey, I don't say jack shit, but you know, Tom has been Tom's always been there for me. I try to be there for him. I mean, you know, I see him as more than a boss at this point. You know, it's like I've known him for many years now. But you know, I've been around him enough to know what a good dude he is, how much he cares about people. So you know, he's always good in my book. I would do anything for the guy, anything. If you like Tom would get bullied. I mean, you know, maybe, but you know, it would be all in good fun. Hey, you know, he's a good sport. I think that would be fun. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one story I want to tell one day on stage somewhere. People will be like, "How did you meet Corey? How did he get involved in your game?" And our story would basically be like, "Well, you know, he was an animator on Newgrounds, and one day he animated Tom and me blowing each other, and kind of scared us. But then we're like, oh, he is a good guy. Let's hire him." I mean, you can't really say that. I mean, not many people out there get hired after animating their future boss and coworker blowing each other, right? Before even meeting us. So, maybe that's a testament to Corey's character and skill, I guess. Did the Tumblr controversy help Newgrounds in any way? There was actually, yeah. No, yeah, there were a lot of art signups. Those following like week or two, yeah. I think Tom's been trying to stay on top of that, try to keep like new features coming to the art portal, keep everyone happy. I mean, you know, it's different. It's a different system than Tumblr, and I get if people aren't going to be 100% thrilled with it, or maybe, you know, I know there's people that feel, you know, I don't know, Newgrounds has this like stigma about it that they just can't get over. I get it. I wouldn't really agree with it, but you know, if they're just gonna be that way, I know there's a lot of people out there that just like, it's, you know, they see Newgrounds as a certain thing, and Tumblr is, I don't know, even though Tumblr has even more degeneracy on it than probably Newgrounds ever had, but they just have this perception Newgrounds is this awful place. So, what are you gonna do? You know, it's had its crazy people on it, but you know, it's like a community driven site, and you know, there's a lot of, you know, with that just comes certain things. Like there's a negative people, but there's a lot of good people too. Tom really is a genuinely good guy. I mean, you really have no. I mean, you know, believe me or not, but Tom's always had like the users at like at heart with everything. He's gone above and beyond doing things, trying to just help, like just even helping like individual people. Like if anyone writes Tom and has a problem, he will go out of his way to help them. He's a genuinely good guy, and you know that's like fucking a decade or over a decade of seeing him daily telling you that. He's certainly nicer than me. I'll give him that. He's a nicer guy than me. He would give people the benefit of the doubt when I wouldn't. So whatever that's worth to you. Or I'm just like, fuck that person, Tom. Fuck him. I've had enough of that guy. And Tom's like, well, you know, and he's like the more mature person about it. And I'm like, all right, fine. What is the Epic Games controversy? Tom is as youthful and boyish as ever. Being nice. He's a lot nicer than me. He's a lot nicer. A lot. All right. Hello. How are you? Hello. How are you? Epic Games is trying to take Steam out of business more or less. Oh, I mean, I'm aware of a little bit of it. I know what they have game exclusives, and they're trying to push for exclusives, and you know they give developers a better cut on their you know their sales. I guess what is it? Steam's like 30%, and Epic is like 12 or something like that. Which, you know, I can't argue with that. I think 30% is too much as well. I mean, that's a lot of fucking money for just hosting your game. It's you know, I'm sure it's inferior for now. I'm sure it would take them years and years to like catch up to the service or the quality of the service, whatever that entails. But you know, if you guys really need your friends lists and everything else, I don't know. I don't really play many PC games, so I'm not even sure what I'm talking about exactly. I'm not much of a PC gamer. I'm just the funny thing about making games all day, it just makes you not want to play them at night. Just makes you tired, and you're just like, nah, I just want to get away from games tonight and do something else. Like, I'll come home and I'll either watch TV or go to the gym or something. I barely even play games anymore. I kind of just like doing the art and focusing on this one, and that's enough for me for now. You know, I'll still play games, but it's nowhere near what I used to. it just kind of gives me stress and anxiety where I don't need it. I'm just. Do you think people get tired of their passion when it becomes their job? I mean, the short answer is yes. I mean, and when you say tired, I mean maybe they don't hate it, but you know, you have all these, you as many of you have probably noticed, I have barely posted any art in months. It's just because I draw all day long, and I come home and I just need a fucking break. And I don't know, I've just sort of hit a wall too. I've just been kind of burnt out, so that's why I haven't really. I mean, I come home, I try to draw sometimes. I'll sit there with my iPad for like 3 hours trying to draw stuff, and I just don't like it, and I don't post it. But that's just something I have to get over, I guess, at some point. Sam Green. It's Sam Green Media, everybody. Talk about a ladies' man. Sam Green. Well, they're going to be disappointed. Just animating a man burning to death. That's all I'm doing. How are you? How are you, Sam? You're not visiting anytime soon, are you? Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy boy. Here's my on fire man. When you sitting at 70, oh yeah, 70 viewers, not bad for 4:30 in the fucking morning. Not bad at all. But the funny thing with these sprites is like every time you have like an animated character in a game like this, you have to have them like moving, running, walking, dying, being held up in the air, being kicked in the air, all sorts of shit. It just never ends. It's always, you need all these animations for everything. Everything. Well, maybe next time, Sam. Maybe next time. Maybe next year. You know, without you, there's no one to make Eric Bana jokes at. And that makes me sad. So, please come by again someday. I don't know. You know, hey. Hey, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Suda 51. I have not played too many of those, if any. So I guess that's a no. They always look nice. They always look fun, but a lot of them have just been on like this, like Nintendo consoles or things that I just haven't even had a chance to try. So Cheesesteaks are good, but they're overrated. They're good, but anybody can make a goddamn cheesesteak. It's, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that I just live around them. They're good. Everywhere around here has them, but I would say like that. You know, when they say, oh, you have to get like a Pat's cheesesteak or a Geno's cheesesteak, those are overrated. Just get a. You can get a cheesesteak anywhere. They're fine. You know, they're good. Good sandwich. Jeff, how rare should a burger? I like steaks medium rare, but I like burger. I'm not one of those that likes burgers to be like medium rare in the middle. I like my dad does, but I kind of like my burgers cooked. Yeah. That's good for just safety reasons too, because like once you grind up meat, then that's when bacteria can get inside and make you sick. I fucking love steak. I haven't had one in a whole week. I was gonna say. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've never eaten at Pittsburgh, but I've been there. I went to this Japanese barbecue. Those places are fucking great. I don't know if I would recommend it. They're not cheap, but like a Korean barbecue or Japanese any place where you can grill your own meat. You guys should save up some money and do that. That's a good time. Generally, yeah. I mean, you know, that's what you really should cook ground beef more than like a steak can be cooked as rare as possible because as long as like the surface is cooked, you're safe. Like nothing gets into the meat. But with ground beef, when it's been through like a machine, that's when there's the potential for bacteria to get in there. Yeah. So it's good to cook it a bit more than a steak. That's just general knowledge. But you know, I don't know. My dad always eats his fucking burgers like medium rares, and he never gets sick. So, but that's just there's a slightly higher possibility of bacteria getting into ground beef. Yeah. I don't know. I was just watching this video of this dude that eats raw chicken. I'm like, you're fucking sick. Raw chicken. It's fucking maniacs out there. What's the best steak? I mean, I've been to quite a few steakhouses. I think it's hard to pinpoint my favorite steak ever, but you know, filet mignon is like anywhere where there's filet mignon and you just cook it medium rare. That's my thing. I'm like, that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. It's definitely the most expensive cut of meat, but it's my favorite. But you know, New York strip steak or ribeye, they're all good. I don't like steak sauce. I'm good with. If I cook it at home, I just use salt, pepper, and garlic. That's kind of, you know, I do a little garlic and butter a little bit. That's about it. I know a lot of people like throwing thyme in with their steak, but I'm not into. I don't like thyme that much. Miso soup is okay. I would never make it, but I always, if I get it at a restaurant, I'll eat it, drink it, whatever. You're a criminal that likes his steaks well done. Well, yeah, that is a crime. At least get it medium, dude. At least get it like medium. You gotta have it at least a little pink inside, a little bit. Don't be an ass. Don't be an asshole. don't don't go to a steak place and be an asshole. Okay. If you go to a steak place, especially if you're ordering a good cut of meat and you ask for it well done, they will spit in it. They will spit on it in the back. They'd be like, who cares? He won't be able to taste it anyway. THYME, Dream Surfer. Yep. I know, I watch a lot of those videos. I just watched one of those crazy restoration videos tonight. Dude, right, restored it. Like, it's stupid. Sometimes they just restore dumb shit, like an old coffee grinder. Or tonight I watched one where he restored a toy train. And it's like, I don't give a shit about old toy trains, but just seeing him like sandblast off the old paint, it's just very satisfying to watch. I don't know. I can probably find the link for you if you want, but it was a good video. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, that's nice. It's very relaxing. It's just a relaxing video. He doesn't talk. These dudes don't talk. You just hear like tool sounds. You can basically fall asleep to that shit. Here, hold on. You wanna see it? Hold on. There's definitely a few. There's definitely like this new one. I don't know. There's a few different channels, but this guy, this is like a new one. Wait, hold on. Copy link. Yes, paste. And then that guy, but this I like this channel here. This guy has a lot of good videos too. Oh yeah, a lot of them do show up on the Artisan Videos subreddit. So yeah, if you subscribe to that, you'll probably run across them every now and then. Hello, Pony Girl. How are you? How are you tonight? How's the art? How's the art going over there? Oh yeah, no, ClickSpring is good too. Actually, I haven't been keeping up on his latest videos, but I watched the whole clock series from like video 1 to the last one. The craziest thing about that is you really had no fucking idea what that clock was gonna look like at the end. I was completely wrong. When you finally see the clock he's making at the very end of it, it is nothing like you imagined. It is kind of crazy looking, but it's cool. It's a very cool looking clock, but it's definitely not what you expected. I've been also watching if you like ClickSpring, another good video channel is the Winter Gaton guy, whatever the hell his name is. He's building his new marble machine. You probably saw like that that viral like marble machine video. But he's building like a new machine. But it's really fun watching him. That thing is crazy. That new machine is fucking crazy. It seems like it's almost done at this point. But watching him not only just build the parts, and you know, he's getting a lot of help from other YouTubers, a lot of other machinists on YouTube, and even watching him like mess up, like you know, a lot of it's like trial and error too. He doesn't really know exactly how it's gonna fit together all the time, so sometimes he'll fuck up and have to redo things, and it's all the whole process is interesting to watch. So yeah, that's a solid channel too if you like that type of stuff. Oh yeah, I enjoy all that stuff. I just like calming videos, people building things. I like watching, although, you know, it's kind of. There's that channel Tested with Adam Savage. There's a lot of garbage on that channel, but every once in a while they put up some good videos where he spends just an hour building something. So there's some good ones on there. How much did I record with Chris? For now, we only recorded for like 2 hours, and they probably those 2 episodes they put up might be it. I think there's only 2 episodes. Yeah, that might be all for now. I think I left. Corey stayed a little longer. I think Corey recorded with him a little bit more. But we may do some recording in the future, even though he's still living out there and we're still on the East Coast. But we're trying to figure out an arrangement where maybe we record a bit more together. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If we do, I'll try to be less boring in the future. I was tired as fuck that day. I couldn't even think straight. I was so tired. Jordan, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself taking a crack at good old Jordan Peterson. Good old Jordan Peterson. We might. We're planning some stuff out. So maybe you know, maybe within the month or something like that, we'll have some like an update for you. I know how much I've railed against Let's Players, and you know, it's still true. But it's fun. It's fun to hang out with Chris and Corey and stream. So we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a good way to just do something other than work. So I'm all for it. I mean, look, buddy. silly. I don't have my own channel or anything. Let's just calm down, all right? What is going on here with this shit? God. One thing with Flash is when you expand fill, you can expand fills to make them bigger in Flash, but sometimes they glitch out on you. So like right here, like it just broke. It just fucking broke on me. I gotta redo it. I don't think I will catch the Let's Player bug. I mean, I would never enjoy just doing that on my own. I couldn't. I don't have the energy to be doing that every day. It's just crazy. I would be miserable beyond comprehension. But you know, doing it every rare now and then with some friends, I don't really care. It's fine. It would be fun to do. It helps that I can sit in the background and be the more like low key one. I can just be myself. I don't have to be the high energy person in the stream. I can just that helps, you know. Sabrina, like Tom, one of the nicest people you'll ever fucking meet. I would encourage you all to go buy Sabrina's art. If you ever meet her, don't be a fucking creep. Just be nice. Go buy some fucking crow pins. Support her. She's a really good person. Super talented artist. You were right. Too many young men are obsessed over animal pussies. Yeah, I think I am right on that. I don't know why. I don't know where that became a thing, but something weird going on there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. All right. Well, you know, there's always somebody. You know, when I say don't be a creep, I'm sure 99% of you would be just fine. But, you know, there's always that one person. There's always that one person with their sweaty hands and don't know how to say hello and then move along. They have to hang around a little bit too long, or, they say something inappropriate. It's just always got to be somebody ruins the party. If you want to meet someone, go up, say nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. I'm so and so. I'm a fan. Here's a question. Thanks for answering it. I'm gonna move along now. Have a nice day. That's all you have to do. You don't need to. You don't need to just be a weirdo. Do I really need to write a fucking guide on how not to be a weirdo? Sometimes I feel like I do. It's okay. It's okay to be nervous or to say something stupid, but you just want to get in and out, in and out. Move. It's like, imagine it's like a fucking line. You're in line for lunch. You just gotta in and out. Talk. Say your piece. Get out of there. Everyone's got shit to sell, or they got other people to talk to. I swear. I swear to God. I swear to God. I mean, yeah, maybe Jordan Peterson is helping some of these guys, but unfortunately, I feel like a lot of them twisted. They're these twisted dudes. I don't know. There's a segment of guys out there. There's something a little off with them. They take that shit a little too seriously. Yeah, you know what? If you do meet Sabrina, don't bring up the Bulbina thing. Please just let it. I'm not gonna speak for her, but I would imagine she doesn't want to talk about that shit anymore. Just ask her about her art or whatever. You can say, I would say it's completely fine to say you're a fan from Sleepy Cabin. I think she appreciates that, but you don't want to bring up that weird shit anymore. I think she always seems very flattered when people bring up Sleepy Cabin. Remember her being on Sleepy Cabin, but yeah, I don't think the Bulbina thing. I think you can drop that. I don't think she needs to hear about that anymore. Of course they do. People bring up shit forever. People are bringing up shit I said 3 years ago. I forget. I'm like, I didn't say that. And they're like, well, here's the timestamp, actually. It was in episode 2, 2 hours and 37 minutes, and you said this. And I'm like, dude, all right, sorry, I don't know. Just Jesus. I don't know. People get really into it, and even though I don't feel like I was necessarily the most entertaining person on the podcast, I'm flattered. I'm flattered people enjoyed it that much to be wanting to timestamp it and record it into the annals of history, but this game is going to be called Nightmare Cops. We have a Twitter. For it. We post a lot of animated GIFs and videos, and you're welcome to check that out. It'll be done one day. It's alright. They can put me on blast. I'm used to it. I can handle it. Sixth re-listen. I mean, to be fair, those guys did edit. They did edit the shit out of those episodes to make them as entertaining as possible. But I said some crazy shit on the latest one. Hopefully, Mick edits that out. I could probably get in trouble for some of the stuff I said in the latest one. So hopefully Mick does his duty. Oh, man. Jeff, you're the textbook definition of how thick-skinned people should be. I mean, I'm not the thickest skinned person. Things do bother me sometimes, and I get annoyed. I get very annoyed, but at the same time, I guess my skin is thicker than it was. I don't think I handled things super well many years ago when I first started making cartoons on the internet. I would get a little bent out of shape about certain things, and I'm better now, but that's just something everyone has to go through, I guess. We're right now, and don't get mad, but yeah, right now it's just Xbox and Steam. I'm hoping it'll come out on other things at some point. But that's just, we're kind of like a really small team, so we're trying to just do what we can at the moment. It's really actually difficult to just get a game out on several platforms all at once, so we just have to pick and choose what we're doing first, and then we can just go along after that. It's me and Tom and Corey, and we got some additional help from this guy Dave in our office, and Ivan too. They're helping us with some various cleanup and other things. I would love to have it on. Switch, but oh man, porting this stuff. I mean, we're not using like a, what's the question? Well, we'll see what happens. Right now, I'd just be happy to get the game done. Anything after that would be icing on the fucking cake. We do have a lot. We have a shitload to do yet. Trying my best. We do have ideas for DLC if we were to go down that road. If we wanted to continue, if the game did alright, if the game did well, and we wanted to add, we do have ideas for stuff that would be outside of the core storyline. So yeah, we definitely have some ideas, but we've decided just to not. We're just gonna do the core game first. What do I think of Bulbo? I mean, I love the style. Chris was showing it to me the other day. Yeah, I mean, I love the claymation style. I'm just, I'm telling him to just keep on trucking, keep on trucking. Just going through what I've been through with game development. I'm just telling him what I'm trying to just impart some wisdom on, like, to avoid some of the pitfalls we've been through, and just, it's hard work, What sort of projects would I be happy to finally work on? I don't know. Maybe another game. Maybe just something animated. Some maybe. Hard to say. Hard to say. I wouldn't mind making another game, but I wouldn't want to make another action game again after this. Or at least the next game, I wouldn't want it to be an action game. I'd want it to be something more relaxing. I guess. I need a break from a game of where you're punching things after this. Pitfalls? Just, I guess, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term scope creep. It's where you just keep adding things, and, you know, sometimes it's just like things that just aren't even necessary for to the core game. It's you're just adding bells and whistles because, you know, other games have them, or you feel like you just need more stuff, but it's not really, it's just becoming more of like a weight or like a chain around your neck than just, you know, adding to like what the, you know, you really, when you make a game, you really want to ask yourself, what is the game, what is the core gameplay going to be? You know, if the game was 3D, you have to say to yourself, hey Monica, what's going on? You have to say like, do I, yeah, like the thing is start, well, I'll talk about Star Citizen in a minute, but like, do I really need outfit changes? Do I need, you know, how many, like, you know, customization options do I need? Do I need voices? Do I need lip syncing? Do I, you know, it's all sorts of little things. Like, you know, let's say Sekiro, right? That game has no outfit changes. Some people could say, oh, it would have been fun if it had outfit changes, but like it didn't really serve the core game at all, right? Like there was no point where it was necessary for him to just change outfits, since like the outfits wouldn't have done anything. So they just opted not to do it. So, you know, you have to write down like what is important and what isn't, and not to get overloaded. You can't go in with it to this being like, I'm going to make the best game ever fucking made. You have to focus on making a game and getting it done, and not drowning yourself in extra features. But, you know, what engine? Well, it's kind of a custom engine, honest. Which is why. Yeah, it's kind of a custom engine that was developed partially for Castle Crashers, and it's been sort of reworked and updated for this. So it's kind of what we're using. We do not have a release date yet. Just be patient. Be patient. It's taking way longer than we thought it would, but you know, it is getting done. Thank you, sir. Well, we have a shit ton of bosses, huge bosses that were not in the trailer. We have a lot of stuff. Here's a huge like world map you can drive around on. So there's like a ton of stuff. I don't want to get into percentages. Let's just drop that shit for now before I stress myself out. A lot of it's done. A lot of the guesswork, a lot of the like figuring out the gameplay, like that was probably the hardest part. But that shit's sorted out. So now we just have to, you know, there's a lot of content to make, but now it's just a matter of, you know, we figured out all the hard stuff. Now it's just a matter of getting the rest of like the bosses and the stages in. And we know what those are going to be. We know what all the characters are going to be in the game. So it's like all the hard stuff has been planned out. When it comes to online multiplayer, it's important for there will be online multiplayer. That is planned. So it's gonna be a 3-player game. It's not gonna be 4. 4 was too much. 4 was too chaotic. So the sprites are just kind of too big, and there's too much shit going on where, you know, we figured like 3 is kind of the limit of what people visually would put up with. So how's it going, Monica? How are you doing? Still there? I mean, if you want to call it grunt work, yeah, I guess you could do, like, this is grunt work right now. It's like, it's just a lot of animation we gotta finish. I mean, it would be fun to play with Chris at some point. Of course, Monica, of course. Of course. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support. Yeah, it's 60 frames a second. I mean, to be clear, the animation itself isn't every single frame of 60 frames a second, but the movement is 60 frames a second. Like, the characters move, the bullets move at 60 frames a second, so it's a very smooth. What is Mordhau? I heard about that game, but I don't know what it is. Let me look that up real fast. Mordhau. It looks like, is this like Dark Souls? What the hell is this? What is the point of this game? You just run around in first person view and is it really like all about first person combat, or hmm. Yeah, you get different colored ogres for how long you subscribe. Lucky you. Are higher frame rates possible, or are there too many dependencies on the animation? I mean, it would be easiest if it was technically doubled. Probably. I mean, we could actually up the resolution. Like the game, it's possible for the game to be 4K if a programmer had some time with it because it's all vector art. So the art is kind of infinitely. It's like they're looking at this burning dude. Like at this scale, like if we were on a TV and like the resolution was able to like look at it like this, like the art could definitely be scaled up to be very sharp on like any TV at some point. But that's down the road. But that's like they already did that with Castle Crashes. Actually, they upscaled it to 1080p when it was initially just 720p. So, in a funny way, like the art is like future-proofed in a weird way. I like that, but yeah, I don't know. 60 frames a second, it runs smooth. It should be good for people. There is a ton of fucking enemies and bosses and everything else. That's why it's taken so long. And Corey's doing an amazing job animating roughing things out. You got a link sent to you by a random dude. I have not got it, but be careful what you click. Be careful what you click. Man, it's 5 a.m. already. This tumbling air thing is like him being thrown through the air, which I haven't really finished yet. That's how this is how shit looks before I really spend time on it. And then there's this one of the character. Yeah, this I have some other shit like I don't know. This is from another part of the stage. Just some burning bodies and burning. I threw in some burning babies. Apologies. You know, they're in the background somewhere. A few baby kebabs. You know, whatever. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You know, it's a nightmare. That's the type of shit I draw in the middle of the night. That's when things get real dark around here. You talking about Ding Dong's games? I haven't kept up with what he's been doing lately, but I'm interested in seeing where those guys go with that. I mean, they're not real. Maybe they're goblin babies. Maybe they're not even humans. Who knows? Who knows what they are? I'm just flattening some layers here. Don't mind me. There's really no quick way of flattening art and layers in this program. You have to like cut them all and paste them all together. The new 3 Star Wars? No, I haven't. Alright. Speaking of which, I should probably get some sleep. Sorry to cut anyone off who just got here, but I'm only human, right? So I'll be back. I'll probably be back sooner than later. Maybe like maybe I'll be around tomorrow night. If not, maybe like next week, early next week. So you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks, Bill. Moneybags Bill, and catch y'all later. Good night. See you soon, Monica. Good night. Good night.